Hello everybody, Grey Ghost here, and welcome to episode 2 of my Lizardmen campaign. Last we left off, we had fought a couple of fights in the jungles of Lustria against the skaven, but no real ground had been made. We are laying siege to Chaka. Hopefully we'll have it soon.
Yes.
There's a fairly large skaven army in the way, so maybe we'll get it. I assume we will. Oh my god. Yearn for flesh. Get it. Get it. The most interesting upset for the entire game, though, are these guys. Like, what the hell are these guys doing? They are very out of place, and we're going to have to do something about it. As it stands, we're just recruiting as many units as we can as they come up in our recruitment pool. Mainly just skinks and sauruses at this point. Nothing too special. We do have the ability to recruit skink priests, so if we can get some mages on the field, that would be very beneficial. But as it stands right now, we're going to have to rely on a mission to pop up and for us to get units. Gift from the council. Always a good thing. Yeah, for right now, we're just going to siege down Chaka, let them attack us if they're going to attack at all. Do a little bit of retraining. Get a bigger spawning pool over here. Since we're sieging Chaka, I'll go ahead and take the risk of building roads. That way anything that does crop up, we can send other armies and reinforcements south quicker. I believe it's the Temple of Skulls? Something of Skulls over in the old world. Still holding strong. We haven't really upgraded much there because we're trying to focus on getting the skaven out of Lustria right now. So, as it stands, we're going to try and move out of Slanhopek and reinforce the siege on Chaka. We're going to be rebuilding the garrison as we move. Have a unit of sources coming for the next turn. Not the greatest position to be in. It's still pretty exposed. There could be a skaven army like around here. Could really go for some intelligence, so it's kind of a gamble. Hopefully it pays off. this army over here for support.
Yes.
The icon says Lizardmen Mage Priest. Interesting. 800 crowns for skinks. Seems a little high. Those are upkeep 120. Meh. Oh, vampire counts. I missed my vampire counts campaign. Not gonna lie.
Yes.
But we will be recreating its glory. Its glory will be brought back with Total War Warhammer when it finally releases. Sadly, I was not one of the YouTubers to get early access. Totally can't blame him, though. Not exactly a big household name.
Yes.
But when it does finally launch, you can bet that I'm going to be doing some Let's Plays. Have a campaign ready. Me and Nothing, who you would recognize from my Arma videos if you actually watch them. Chances are you didn't.
Yes.
Because that's just how it goes. Not many people have. I enjoyed recording them, so, you know, whatever. But regardless, one of my friends that I play with, play Arma with, he will be playing as Chaos, I believe. And so we'll be running a Chaos and Vampire Counts joint campaign against the Empire and all the goodly forces of the world. Should be quite the sight. And this is why I'm taking the risk. Because I want to be able to just overwhelm them.
Yes.
Have a really solid skink line, archers, spearmen, and 5 units of Sauruses, who will be making up my flank guards. Really what this is going to be is a very straightforward line battle. I have my spearmen up front, I have my very lateral trajectory units in the front. I believe they fire essentially like crossbows, except they're supposed to be like blowpipe infantry. Probably don't want to stay on this incline. This incline's going to be bad for my health. Source on my flank. If the opportunity presents itself, I'll throw them in on a flanking mission or something. But for the most part, this will be just a sitting back and letting my archers do the majority of the work. Actually getting a little bit of lag. Okay, I'm gonna divvy out the war cries and then get everybody into melee. Meanwhile, the ally, I'm just going to set to aggressive and let them do whatever the hell they want. I'm really surprised by the lag. Probably just the sheer number of units. Because that is quite a few guys, not gonna lie. I really shouldn't be surprised that I'm lacking, considering how many units there are. My ally is just going to overwhelm on the flank, which is exactly what I need them to do. I'm gonna get these skinks to run up to the clan rats, because why not? Yeah, this is definitely the fight that I wanted. This entire blob has been outflanked by my Sauruses, and they completely envelop them. They try and get out, but too little too late. Pretty much what I expected, since the majority of them were slaves, and I vastly outnumbered them. A lot of really good skirmish damage going on. Quite like the skink archers, just because there's so many of them. storm vermin sticking it out to the bitter end. Yeah, let's go ahead and end it. So definitely a good amount of kills. Yeah, the archers and the sorceresses definitely did a lot. Except for these guys, who did one casualty. Otherwise, quite a few deaths. So there's Chaka. More or less secure.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Gonna consolidate. Drop this unit of 53 into Chaka.
Yes.
Do the same over here, even though they don't really need it. And yeah,
Yes.
it's all good in the hood.
Go.
Over here we'll build a watchtower, just to open up a little bit of sight.
X. Yes. Go.
And we'll continue pushing. Definitely could use some reinforcements inside of Chaka though, especially considering there's the river that splits this portion into two fronts. So we have a southern approach and an eastern approach into the province of Chaka, which is kind of worrisome considering I am going east. I feel like there would be another settlement around those three rivers. So we're gonna go check that out. But really, I want to get this done quickly. The skaven are very spread out, so I have to hope that they're not really focusing on Lustria. They're busy sacking Talea or something. That would be my hope. I don't really know how well founded that is, but you know, we shall see.
Yes.
And for here, we're just going to I think we'll just auto-resolve this one.
Yes. Go. Yes. Yes. Go.
I feel like he would be running towards a city, but that's probably not just a guarantee in and of itself. So, again, we need to be super careful here. that's useless to us. So we're going to destroy that. Get a little bit of Moonies. And go and build some Temple Guard. Why not? I have a feeling we should have gone for that southern corner first, instead of going east. I believe he even said in the first episode that we would go corner to corner. Oh, give me the best units I can. Fuck.
Yes.
I mean, yay,
Yes. Yes.
we get money, but
Yes. I go.
honestly at this point I don't care about the money. Ah, the Temple Guard is actually... Temple Guard. That's interesting. I didn't expect that to actually give me a general.
Yes.
Alright, well we'll take these guys, and we'll move to Chaka to reinforce. Good to know that we can just build generals now. Very good to know. We'll have another one coming up, and then we'll just start to build up forces in Slan Wopek, and then send out another stack when it's ready. Hopefully this new general is enough to hold Chaka for a little while. I'm kind of avoiding the Vampire Coast. I believe that's what it's called, because, you know, it's the coast and there are vampires. I know that there is a thing called the Vampire Coast, so I have to assume that that's it right there. But yeah, I'm avoiding them for now. I'm going to leave them for last, because they make a really good buffer zone between me and the Skaven. Yeah, that is the Vampire Coast. And it's rebel controlled. It's an interesting turn of developments. I wonder why it's rebel controlled. That is strange to me. Sa Odahi. Adohi. Sa Adohi of Huatl. Sa Adohi. I really like that name. It's a pretty cool name. Alright, so we're going to save up, build up some infrastructure here in Chaka. Meanwhile, we'll run the siege on, what is this? Axolotl. Axolotl.
Yes.
And we'll just siege him down. Hopefully this is the only... yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of rebel border there. So after we take this, that might be it, actually. That might be it, and we might be ready to move on the Vampire Coast. So 6 turns. 6 turns is not that bad. especially with 2 stacks, which hopefully is enough for them to say, nah, we can't break that, so we won't try. So then they'll just sit there in their city, their last city, and just let me take it. That would be my preferred way of going about this. $5,000 to start the infrastructure chain. Or the infrastructure for the barracks chain. So we wait. We wait and we wait. I look forward to having all of Lustria to myself. Nothing to really worry about. All my armies can be deployed. I also wonder if the AI is going to do anything with naval invasions. That would be interesting. Have a random Empire expedition or a Stalian expedition. Like the Dogs of War faction decides to launch some harebrained campaign. That would be pretty cool. Port. Giant turtles. Mwahaha. Mwahaha. I'm going to invade Ulthuan. That's my next goal. After I get done unifying Lustria, I'm going to build until my economy cannot support anything, and then I'm just going to launch an invasion into Lothern and southern Ulthuan. Fight some high elves for a little while, maybe. I was gonna say Khemri, but the climate, not what I dig. Dumerda to Misa Skin. That was a Star Wars reference. Build the first bit of spawning pools. 3 more turns for siege. 197 funds. Not that great. Have to wonder if agents are even a thing for the Lizardmen. Maybe they're just too straightforward. Previously, my campaign playthroughs were about an hour and a half to 2 hours long, and it's really the way I prefer to do things, mainly because I would just play, and then I would forget that I was recording, and just, you know, usually about an hour and a half or 2 hours in, I would check the clock and be like, oh shit, I probably should stop, and then that's where I would stop. For the Tomb Kings, I know I have an episode that's like 2 hours long. They usually weren't that long, but for now, for this campaign at least, I'm going to try and keep the episodes to 45 minutes long. That way it's a little more, not necessarily manageable, but just a little more expected, I guess, and just consistent is the word. But yeah, let me know if this is better or worse, having 45-minute episodes or an hour and a half episodes. Let me know what you prefer. Personally, I prefer the long stuff. I prefer just putting on something and just kind of letting it go until it stops. But, I mean, if you, even with those choices, let me know if you want something shorter. You think 30 minutes is better. Just comment down below, let me know what you think. Take care of housekeeping while we siege down Axolotl. Really hope we get a mission soon for military units. I want my skink priest something fierce. Two more turns for the spawning ground. What do we have here? Temple of the Old Ones. 87 turns. I feel like that's gone down considerably. We'll build a drying hut, because why not? We'll build a port, because why not? Go ahead and get ready to build some of those giant turtles, if this is in fact the last skaven settlement. I feel like there's probably one more along the coast. I watched the settlement preview, or the map preview for this version, so I don't. Kind of disappointed in myself that I can't remember, but there's one way to find out for sure, and that's to invade those places without knowing exactly where you're going.
Yes. You had no
Easy peasy.
chance.
Yay, we got cash. Tear down the northern stable. Get 15k more. 1500 more. Oh, looks like that was indeed the last settlement. Excellent. Excellent. And we'll empty clocks. Zatep. Zatep shall invade the Vampire Coast now. That's the plan.
Yes.
We'll also send Quackatl, Lord Quackatl.
I go.
I find it strange that the Vampire Coast is now rebel-controlled. That has to be a bad thing. I suppose that means that the vampire accounts are now just gone as a faction. I'll check the rankings here in a minute and see if the vampire accounts are still alive. Because if you haven't noticed by now, I largely just ignore the messages on the left of the screen that pop up at the beginning of every turn. Really shouldn't. Because it's, I mean, there's a lot of important shit there, but just for some reason, I don't. I checked since I pointed it out. Let's see. Yeah, the vampire counts are still doing good. Yeah, they're still alive. Believe, well, yeah, it looks like everybody's alive still. Good. Turn 32 and everybody's still alive. That's good.
Yes. Excellent. I smell blood. Fresh blood.
Motherfucking Luther Harkin.
Yes. Yes.
Wonder where that random Chaos Army went. It's certainly not ominous at all. Just a full stack of Chaos Warriors just disappearing into the jungle. I'm sure nothing bad could happen there. And now we siege down Waddle. We siege down Waddle, and we might be about to kill Luther Harkin.
Yes.
Oh, faction destroyed, Dogs of War.
I cannot die, but I kill so well.
Cannot die, you say? It's an interesting way to put that. Very interesting. Should I not? I think I'll just threaten him. I'll just threaten him for right now. Create another port while we wait. That way we can build plenty of turtles. I keep forgetting about the Temple of Skulls over in the old world. Now that we have Lustria more or less consolidated, we can start focusing there, since it's been relatively quiet. But there it'll be about picking our enemy. The desert, I guess, really doesn't matter, considering we're lizards, so we should be fine. We're not Gungans, we're lizards, so we should fare decently in the deserts of Khemri. So that is what we shall do. We shall build up here. And instead of invading Ulthuan, we will invade Araby. We'll invade Araby from both sides and unite the entire stretch of southern provinces under the Slan. Start building up our road networks.
Every night I grow more powerful.
Fire. He's just joshing. He's just talking big game. Uther Harkon, you silly.
Yes, I go.
God, Lustria is so much cooler now. 37. Yeah, now we're making some money.
Yes. Excellent.
2 more turns. Just keep on keeping on. I like that we have 4 spears, 4 archers. I'm going to try and get as many sources here as I can. That'll probably end up being our most elite army, considering that it's the furthest away.
Yes.
It's going to have to be able to do a lot of damage on its own. I believe we are now 3 days out from Total War Warhammer. Ooh, Coty of Pahaux. Pahaux? That has to be Hawks. Cote. Cote of Pahaux. Whatever. But yeah, we're, I believe, 3 days out. Check my phone. 3 days out? Yeah, totally 3 days out. And I am super duper excited.
Yes.
Really hope y'all join me for the playthroughs for that. Plan on making a big old spectacle of it. I'm also going to be probably getting into multiplayer for the first time ever with a Total War game. Not usually my thing, but I intend to make it my thing. do what we can here to get the roads upgraded. One more turn of siege. 2 more turns of building. Silly rebels.
Yes. You had no chance.
Hey, Council, how about you give me some damn skink priests? That would be cool. Alright.
Yes.
Now it's time to build a general and a couple units to take over the garrison duties of Waddle. We're gonna move everybody back to Slanhopek. Retrain these guys. They're still building. Ooh, what is this? Oh, giant turtle. And send him over to Waddle. He'll take over there. And while he's over there, we'll send the general that we're training at Slanhopek over to Chaka. That way Zaha Hodi, after he's done retraining, he can march his little group here. And then we'll start building some forts and fortifying the area around Slanhopek, and then just start really cranking up the military infrastructure. Start building a lot of units. Which we will do in the next episode. I'm gonna go ahead and call it right here, guys.
Yes.
We'll get everybody situated, get all of our generals, figure out exactly who's going to be off on campaign, get associated with some characters, and continue building up at the Temple of Skulls. There's a dwarf Karak around here that needs taking. There's a settlement around here for the Tomb Kings that needs taking. And in the next episode, we'll begin our invasion of Araby, dropping here on the coast with some giant turtles. And yeah, it'll be a great time. Until then, thank you for joining me. I have been Grey Ghost. I will see you in the next one.